Hi, I'm Kenney Moore, president and founder of Highway 55 Burger, Shakes, and Fries. What I'm going to talk to you about today is I'm going to give you a little bit of a history of our company and where we started, and most importantly, where we're going, okay? I started this company in 1991. I'd been fired from a job, had an 18-month-old son at home and a wife. We had just bought our first house. We were land barons for the very first time. We were very excited. And then I lost my job. It was a horrible, horrible feeling because my son was so small at the time, and I felt like a failure, if you will. So I found a closed restaurant in a mall that was literally about 10 miles from where I'm sitting right now that had a closed restaurant in there. I called the landlord up, bugged him, trying to get a lease, found the people that owned the equipment, asked them if they would be creative and in-house finance me because I came from the restaurant industry and that's what I'd been fired in. And long story short, it took quite a bit of time, but I got agreements from the people that owned the equipment to in-house finance me. And finally, the landlord, with a cosign from my father-in-law, set me off on my path on the American dream. Well, I proceeded, you'll often hear people say that if you work hard and you're passionate about what you'll do, you're going to be a big success. Well, I'm here to tell you I couldn't work any harder. That first year I was in business, I worked open to close from 10 in the morning till 10 at night, 7 days a week. Actually, that's not quite true. It was 6 days a week, 10 to 10, and the mall closed at 6 o'clock on Sunday. So I was able to see the sun sometimes when I left on Sunday. Okay, and at the end of year one, I actually found 2 or 3 more closed restaurants and opened them up, thinking that if we had multiple stores, we would get more brand recognition. Well, at the end of year one, because I didn't have a rich uncle, I didn't have a whole lot of financial backing, at the end of year one, I was $35,000 behind on my food bills. Going back to that old professional speaker, work hard, I worked open to close every day. Passionate, if you talked to me back then and you said, hey man, what's going on? I would give you 30 minutes of what Andy's, the name of the company at the time, now Highway 55 due to a federal trademark issue once we left the state of North Carolina, but I would give you 30 to 45 minutes of the best of. And I'm sure they were just sitting there literally thinking, I just wanted you to go, everything's going fine, Kenny. But I was that excited about it. At the end of year one, after all that work ethic, after everything, I was literally $35,000 behind on my food bills. I was failing. I was riding home from work one night, and finally, all that passion, all that energy, all that everything that I tried to exude every day when I walked in the store with the people that work with me, but also with my guests, all of that, it just kind of beat on me. I was missing my son growing up. I was missing a lot of different things. I was missing family reunions. My wife, incredibly supportive. I've been married for 35 years, but even she was wondering when this thing was going to turn the corner. And it was fine that they could come to the restaurant, so we knew we would have something to eat. But I was also making, I think we did the math one time, about $2.25 an hour or something like that is what I was actually making. And but then year one, I was $35,000 behind, and I'm riding home one night, and I finally just worn down. All of the personal stuff, my feet ached, my knees ached, and a voice as clear as I'm sitting here today came into my head and said, hey man, it's not about you. What have you done for others lately? What have you done to help others reach their goals, their dreams, their desires? How have you served them, or how have you not been serving them? So I went home that night and I was disturbed. I literally stared at the ceiling for about half the night. It's not about me? What do you mean it's not about me? My feet ache. I'm the one that has this pressure on him. I've got these leases and these note payments. What do you mean? Well, the next day I got up and I had a whole new perspective on business and this business. I decided at that point that I was going to build a company that helped other people become successful. I was going to meet their needs before my own even got met. And I'm proud to say that within 6 months, I continued to work open to close. I continued to be passionate, but I also started saying, hey guys and gals who are running these other stores, you do a great job. Once I pay them down, I will in-house finance you. I will set you up. You will pay me a royalty fee and a note payment for a short period of time, but you're going to own your own business. I'm going to teach you what it takes to be successful. Once I made that change and made it about other people and not myself, once I did that, it literally was within 6 months we had made up that $35,000 in food bills, and here we are now, 29 years later, getting ready to expand into a whole different arena. getting ready to expand into a new prototype with different cooking equipment and all that I'm going to show you today, and a way to produce food even faster, because we have grown from that $500 in 1991 to now we're in over a dozen states and over 120 restaurants and expanding and growing. And I'm going to share some other exciting news as this video goes on as well. But here's what I'm most proud of from those early days. We have helped over 60 former starting wage, minimum wage people who started out as wait staff or cooks or what. We've helped over 60 of them become owners of their own businesses. With that comes a certain loyalty that you won't get with other franchises. You know, we are very, very close-knit. We are a family. They realize also that it's not about them, and they pass that, they pay that forward and give opportunity to others as well, okay? That makes us unique. That makes us different. I often get asked, you know, well, what do guests like about your restaurants so much, Kenney? What is it about your restaurants that even in the middle of a pandemic, you guys are still doing well? And I really think it's that set of values, that it's not about you serving others has expanded into love your neighbor. I don't care what religion you are, whether you're an atheist, agnostic, Maoist, Taoist, Buddhist, it's all irrelevant to me. Nobody can disagree with love your neighbor. We teach each and every one of our wait staff what it means that everybody that comes through that door has a story, and it's our job to love them. It's our job to refill their cup, not because we want to get some big audacious tip or whatever, but we refill their cup because it's 95 degrees in the North Carolina heat right now and they're thirsty. That's loving your neighbor. We teach our cooks what it means to cook to order, but yet still get the food out in less than 4 minutes, okay? We teach them that it's about serving food that you would serve your mother. We're very proud of our food. We're very proud of that. We always knew, even back in '91 when I was behind on my food bills, that I had a great cheeseburger. Not everybody steams the bun and cooks a fresh product. It's all the rage now for our burger is fresh and never frozen. We've been doing that since 1991. And our cheesesteaks and our shrimp and the depth of our menu, okay? We've been doing it all fresh since 1991. So we've been doing this for a long time. We've messed it up a lot, and we've done a lot of things pretty good too. And well, we're very proud of that. But our guests, when they come in, they feel that. They get a smiling person that, well, sort of smiling behind a mask right now, but they get a person who opens the door for them and says, hey, how you doing today? Not because they're looking to try to get a tip, or we tell them to do it because it's in their hearts to do it. We have a strong culture. We have a very strong culture. And when we talk about love your neighbor, it's on our uniforms. It's right there on the sleeve and on their hats that they wear as well, as a reminder every day they get up to love their neighbor. I'd like to wrap it up with this. The last few months have been very interesting. But when you've been in business for 29 years, you've seen ebbs and flows throughout the time. I've never seen a pandemic. I've never had the interior of my restaurants closed down by government mandate. I've never had that happen. Where we as a company, literally because we're in strip centers, had to pivot immediately to take out, delivery, whatever method we could use in order to stay afloat. Well, I am proud to say this, and I think this is a true testament to our values, a testament to my leadership team, and most importantly, a testament to the folks that work in Highway 55 every single day. The months of June, July, and now August have all had same-store sales increases. In spite of only having 50% capacity inside our restaurants for dine-in, we have switched on a dime so that literally the month of May we were down about 6%, and we've had almost double-digit increases over last year, the last 3 months. I think that's pretty amazing. Can you imagine what we would do if we'd have had a drive-thru? It'd be unbelievable. Thank you for your time. When you talk about building a brand or you talk about building a culture, it's got to go beyond just the job and just showing up and doing what it is that you do every day to get your wage, okay? We have an Andy's Foundation. Our foundation raises money for children's causes, and we also give to Hope for the Warriors, which is wounded warriors and their families that come back from wars as well. That's the only adult, if you will, but a lot of those guys are so young right now, I consider them kids myself. But we raise money for them too. But here's the cool part about this. The vast majority, we have a fancy golf tournament, but the vast majority of the money we raise is through our staff. They will have literally car washes out back. They will pull their money together and bake brownies, and we let them sell them, and all the money to raise money for kids and for kids' causes. Last year, we gave over $130,000 to 56 different children's causes. As you can see on the wall here, they sell the dollar cards, but they also do, they come up with some of the most creative ways you can imagine. Hey, how about pieing your favorite waitress in the face with a pie? All you gotta do is donate. They have a table right over here I'd like to show you. These are shirts and swag and things like that they have purchased in order to sell and raise money for the Andes Foundation. It's amazing, but what it does more than anything else is it not only does it make us feel good that we're able to help our less fortunate little people out there, but what it does, it teaches that 16 or 17-year-old that works with us that the world doesn't revolve around them, and that giving and taking and serving some of our least fortunate people is an amazing thing to do. And they really get passionate about it. And it's kind of funny how that works. The stores that are at the top of our sales sheet are the ones that embrace something like this the best as well. They've created that atmosphere and that family within their four walls. And I'm very, very proud of them for it. And this will continue so that we can make a big difference as we continue to spread. Love your neighbor.